How's it going, everybody? We got a big update for your guys' favorite subscription service, and might as well, PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium. While we don't have the monthly catalog update, that actually should be coming up tomorrow. What we do have is the games leaving the service in the month of January. We'll talk all about that. Major title that I'm looking forward to in 2024, early 2024, Tekken 8 will be getting a demo later this week. God of War Ragnarok Valhalla drops today, free DLC, and we have a bit of an update on that. It is live right now, went live noon Eastern from what I know. So, yeah, go ahead and check that out. Remember, it is an epilogue to God of War Ragnarok, so maybe finish the entire game first. But, first of all, games leaving PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium in January. We got some major ones, and honestly speaking, this is probably one of the bigger set of titles that are leaving Plus Extra that I have seen. You know, a lot of the times when we talk about these games rotating out of Plus, it's a lot of smaller games, a lot of lower key titles, indie games, things like that. Now we got some notable games here with the games leaving in January. Remember that this is a reality with the subscription service, but let's just get to the games first. It Takes Two, Devil May Cry 5, SnowRunner, Jet the Far Shore, and Given Time the Expansion, Omno, Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire Ultimate Edition, The Missing J.J. Macfield and the Island of Memories, and Mitsurugi Kamui Hikai. All of those games will be leaving the service at the end of January. It Takes Two, Devil May Cry 5, and Pillars of Eternity 2 obviously stand out as the most notable games that are leaving the service. DMC5 especially has been one of the big titles on the service. So, as I've talked about it before, games leaving PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium. Look, I crap on Extra and Premium for a lot of reasons. The price increase, the value proposition going down. But at the end of the day, when you talk about third-party games being added to the service, let's reiterate, Sony makes an agreement with the third-party publisher. It's for X amount of months or X amount of years or a year, and then when that deal expires, they can come back to the table, they can renew the offer and negotiate a new deal, or they could just come to terms and be like, okay, we got our mileage out of these games and we'll go our separate ways. The game will continue to be sold, etc., etc. Remember, the difference with Plus Extra and Premium that you have to, know about, because I know some people get confused. With PlayStation Plus Essential, you add those games and redeem those games to your library, and as long as you're a Plus subscriber, you can access those games. It's different with Plus Extra and Premium. You're not actually redeeming these games to your library. What you're doing is you are just granted access to these games, so when they are pulled from Plus Extra and Premium, it's a rotating catalog, so they're never redeemed into your library. You don't own these games, or quote-unquote own these games, as we've been as we've come to realize when it comes to digital content. But, if you've been playing Devil May Cry 5, or you played It Takes Two, or you played Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, and you think just because you played it before, even if it leaves the service, you can still access the game much like Plus Essential. No, that is not the case. That is not how Plus Extra nor Premium work. Hopefully, with this being a sizable month of games leaving, again, this is one of the bigger months as far as games leaving the service. Hopefully, come tomorrow, if we do get the catalog update tomorrow, it'll be a solid catalog update, because let's be honest, ever since PlayStation Plus went up in price, I would say we have had the weakest catalog updates since PlayStation Plus Extra became a thing. You look at these catalog updates we've been getting in September, October, November, and hopefully not in December, but the last 3 months, they have been pretty god-awful, all things considered. Like, August, we had things like Sea of Stars really carry. I know we had Teardown in November, but need to get more of those day one titles. I'm not saying, Lies of P caliber titles, but more day one titles that people are going to get excited about, like Sea of Stars, and then also a solid roster of game updates. I'll just throw out a game to you guys that would be a quality addition, but wouldn't be like a day one game. A Cyberpunk 2077, like the base game just being available on Plus Extra. That's just an option I throw out to you guys. Obviously, that would be a significant deal that Sony would have to cut with CDPR, but that's just one of many options. There are games in the Vault catalog that could be great additions. And Octopath Traveler 2. Yes, that came out earlier this year, but it's been 9 months since it came out. Sony has a good relationship with Square Enix. If Octopath Traveler 2 got added to PlayStation Plus Extra, that would be a sizable addition to the service. Games at that level need to be added. Like Gotham Knights, fine, it is what it is, but that was a mid-game back in 2022. Adding that as your headliner, I just understand why people would be disappointed by that, but that's my 2 cents, and my ramble on Plus Extra and Premium is over for now. But once that catalog update drops, and that could be tomorrow, some rage might be coming your way, so be on the lookout for that. But moving on from that, Tekken 8 is getting a a PlayStation 5 demo this week. Bandai Namco has officially announced releasing at 8 a.m. GMT on December the 14th. It will be available on PS5, and it will eventually be available on Xbox and PC a week after the PS5 release. The demo will include limited versions of Story Mode, Arcade Quest, Offline Versus, and Gallery. So if you are looking forward to Tekken 8, you'll be able to get a taste of the game later this week. Tekken 8 is one of those games coming out in early 2024 that is just kicking off an absolutely stacked lineup. Really, I would say Tekken 8 is kicking off that lineup. Before, I believe the same day that Tekken 8 is coming out, you also have Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, but before that, you have the new Prince of Persia game coming out as well, and there might be Last of Us Part 2 remastered, so that's another game that is coming out, you know, that early January period. But January into February into March, my oh my, just buckle up and get your wallets ready because they are about to be eviscerated, to say the least. But hopefully, Tekken 8 is a game that kicks off the year in a big way. And again, I know Prince of Persia, I know Last of Us Part 2, but Tekken 8 to me is the first game of 2024 that I am super stoked for. And while I'm not a big fighting game fan these days, Tekken is a franchise that I grew up on, so obviously gotta give Tekken 8 a shot, and played the hell out of Tekken 7, and that was a great time. So hoping for more of that in Tekken 8. Lastly, I do want to know God of War Ragnarok Valhalla. The expansion is officially available. This is the roguelike component to God of War Ragnarok, and it does act as a bit of an epilogue to the main story. So I would recommend you to complete God of War Ragnarok first. Replayable, has a variety of different difficulty settings, and the expansion itself is about 7.6 gigabytes, and it depends on your region, but it can go from 7.6 to 8.4 gigabytes, so relatively small install, all things considered these days, given that we have games well over 100 gigabytes, so that's not all too bad. On top of that, God of War Ragnarok's DLC, the Ragnarok DLC, in Valhalla will add new trophies. So if you are a trophy hunter and you want to round out your God of War Ragnarok trophy collection, Valhalla will add a couple of new trophies for you to go after. Do expect some challenge at the highest of difficulties, and it was noted that the trophies are separate from God of War Ragnarok base game, however, so they will not affect your platinum trophy. If you're looking to get that still, you'll be good to go with that. So God of War Ragnarok Valhalla available now, 7.6 to 8 gigabytes, not too big of an install whatsoever, so jump on that if you're interested, and the game these days is going on sale for like 30 to 40 bucks, so while it's still kind of pricey for a game that's over a year old, you know, for a Sony first party title, it's not too bad. But that is going to do it for me. Again, It Takes Two, Devil May Cry 5, SnowRunner, Jet the Far Shore, Omno, Pillars of Eternity 2, The Missing JJ, and Mitsurugi all leaving PlayStation Plus. Some notable omissions there as far as games that'll no longer be available in the service with It Takes Two, DMC5, and even Jet the Far Shore. That's a notable exclusion as well, and Pillars of Eternity 2, obviously, that's an Obsidian developed game. Obsidian now owned by Microsoft, so that's something to note as well. Tekken 8 getting a demo this week, and God of War Ragnarok's expansion is officially out, 7.6 or so gigabytes, and you do have new trophies added as well. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.